Vancouver.mediaco.ca.
Do you want to just tell us why you're here?
Alright, so I'm here today because a bunch of us gathered for the protest. It's more to advocate for our youth, our Aboriginal youth, especially violence against women. And, came down today, we brought our drums, get our voices heard. We attended, we were checking out the court for Martin Tremblay. And, it's been postponed to the 16th again. In the past, he's had over 5 sexual assaults on young Aboriginal girls. He was put in jail for 3 years. And now, that was back across the country, so now he's come here, he's doing the same thing here, and it's an ongoing situation for the last couple of years. So hopefully that the police will hear our needs and our wants, and they'll listen to us, and some justice will happen, and our streets can be safe for the youth, for the Aboriginal girls and women. And not even like, this is an ongoing situation, not even just this guy, like it's a big topic, happens a lot. One of the girls that was sexually assaulted last year and murdered on March 2nd, her and her best friend, one was found in Richmond, the other was found in Burnaby. And at first the police thought they were dealing with 2 separate cases, but it turned out to be the same case. And at the time, one of the girls was actually my girlfriend, so, that was not a good day. Yeah, something's got to be done, because they haven't even charged him with they haven't even charged him with the 2 girls yet. So right now, just recently, he was caught with drugs. So I'm glad that the police are on top of it and they're just trying to keep him in jail for now. And we'll continue to stick together as a community, and we got lots of support. And yeah, we're gonna keep coming out till our message gets across.
And that's enough. People, we can get all the people across British Columbia, wherever he came from, wherever Tremblay came from, to flee from the law, get them to come out here and catch someone. Keep them in jail forever. Because that door does stop eventually. And that's what we want to see. It stop for him. And people like him. In the future, the past. It's like a lot of our past has to deal with this today because Kayla Lalonde is my cousin and I loved her very dearly. Without her waking up every day knowing my niece isn't around, it's kind of hard for me to deal with sometimes. Knowing my friend Martha's not around, it's hard to deal with. Because people don't think about the long-term effect. Oh, what if I kill this person? What's the long-term effect of it? Like, they're going to get caught eventually, and the long-term effect to a lot of people. Like my friend was dating one of the girls, and they're both my friends. Kayla's my niece. It's difficult for us to move forwards and move back because we still expect to see them. This year on March 2nd, right?
March 2nd will be 1 year.
March 2nd will be 1 year, and that's when we'll have our very first celebration of life. When I come out of mourning for the first time. But it's time to get off our couches and start to take a stand for our future, our kids, our youth, and our adults, and our elders. The elders are eventually going to pass. The adults are going to turn into elders. The youth are going to turn into adults. The kids are going to turn into youth. And there's going to be more youth coming. It was time for us to move forwards instead of sitting down and hoping for the best.
When this guy gets prosecuted to the full extent to the law, that's when we know our girls will be safe again. That's when we know it'll be just this much safer just to get that one guy off the streets again. And that's what I look forward to here.
Can you just tell us a bit about why people came out today to the courthouse?
Yes, there's a man named Martin Tremblay, and he has sexually assaulted and drugged and threatened. Now it's 9 women that I know personally. He has also killed 2 young girls that I know personally. We don't want him out of jail because he's harming our future. These are our Aboriginal future. And this man is harming our Aboriginal future, and we want him behind bars. These girls are 15 years old when he targets them, and we're outraged. We're outraged. We are the First Nations. This is our land. This is First Nations land, and we want the system to recognize their First Nations people. If they can't protect their First Nations people, what is wrong with them? We need to be protected. Our youth need to feel safe, and our youth need justice like everybody else. They deserve it. They're the First Nations here, and we need justice. I know that years ago, Martin Tremblay went to jail for first, that I know of, and this was years ago, for child pornography. And as far as I'm concerned, his crimes are escalating. You know, he's now not just drugging and sexually assaulting young 15-year-olds, but he is he's killed 2 young girls. 2 girls are dead. You know, and it's very sad when I'm a parent, when I look at another parent who's Aboriginal and their child is dead because of this man, and he's gonna get out of jail. It's despicable, it's disgusting. I don't know what to say to them but to cry because it's so heartbreaking. You know, People have lost their best friend, their sister, their cousin, you know, their child, you know. This is too a young lady that will, you know, bear the future of their generation. They took from us 2 kids that can, you know, carry on their people and their women. They will carry those babies one day, and they can't do it because this Martin took them away from us. And yeah, and we don't want him to see the light again. We don't think he should ever see the light again. You know, you killed 2 people, you abused so many young girls, and it has to stop now. They have to show us that we're important, because we are. And you have to show these youth, these Native youth, that they mean something, that they're not throwaways, and that people didn't die and nothing happened. People died and something's gonna happen, because we need something to happen. We can't have closure until this man is put away for all these things.
How long has he been out west sexually assaulting young women, do you know? Or like when's the first case that, like the first woman that you know about? Like is it recent or?
No, he's went to jail too for, I don't know how long, but he has went to jail for charges of doing sexual things to young girls, but when he got out, or not sure if he was out on bail or something, he had no restrictions on him to be around young girls. And one of the victims seen him with 2 young girls at Broadway commercial and started freaking out, saying, get away from them, you know. I'm gonna call the police, and he left. But this is very sick that he could do that and again be with young girls. Like, we need some protection, you know. People are getting outraged, you know, like, I mean, how many people does it take? Eventually, I believe that eventually the community is going to take the law into their own hands, because justice system ain't working for Native people. We're not getting justice.
And so all of the young women who have been assaulted are all First Nations young women?
Yes.
You know? Do you have an update about the investigation about the 2 murders? Like, you know, one of the young men mentioned that right now he's actually just being held for drug charges. Like, do you know where the investigation is going to the at least 2 young women that were murdered?
I know that they're talking to people that are victims, but as far as I know, it's just talk. I mean, I don't know why charges, I don't know why we haven't heard that, you know, he's up on any charges yet. Again, I feel failed by the system. I feel like they have enough people talking, enough evidence. They need to do justice. And if it was a white person on the west side and a native person who victimized them, one person, they would have been locked up. Closed, case closed. But because the shoe's on the other foot, it's like, who cares? You know, and they need to start caring about our First Nations people. We are the first people here. Care for us just like you care for your own.